Hi guys. Today I want to speak to you about something which is really, really important, I believe. How we speak to other people in such a way that we can bring out, their highest potential. Because I feel that the way we communicate with others can have a big impact not only on their lives and on the degree of how they realize their own potential, but even on ourselves. And I'm gonna explain what I mean. So recently I had this very close friend of mine speak to me. It was just a small instance, nothing serious, but he spoke to me on a particular issue in a little bit with a sarcastic tone, okay? And this is something that I think a lot of people have tendency to do sometimes, and especially even including myself, much more in the past though than now. But sometimes we tend to speak, in a way that is kind of a little bit making fun or, of the other person on their cost, and which puts them down. And when we do that, I feel we are really, not helping those people to move towards their potential, but in contrary, we help them. I mean, we kind of, reinforce their limitations if we point them out in a non-constructive way. So I think that there's one thing which Sadhguru said one time, and this is a quote that I remember still. It has a huge impact on my life. I unfortunately was not able to find it anywhere. I saw this written when I was living in the ashram in India. Those of you who don't know, oh my god, I see the same frog like in last video I showed you. But I mean, this is really poor thing now. It's completely flat. Poor guy. He got under a car, and just 2 days ago I saw him lying there. Now probably a couple more cars roll over him. Yeah, life can be short. Anyway, so I saw this quote written in the ashram on one of their buildings in their clinic there, and it says something like along the lines that always see the highest potential in other people and speak to them on that level, speak to them, address that highest potential in them, because then we are kindling, we are nurturing that highest potential to actually become a reality. So when we look at somebody, we can see so many limitations of that person, so many negative things that might be going on right now, depending on what person we're speaking to. It could be a beggar on the street, it could be a friend, it could be a family member, and most people, they have some limitations which we can see, and sometimes it becomes easy to just look at those negative sides, and then when we speak to them it comes through. But then what's really powerful, I feel, is that when we instead try to look at their potential and really look beyond their limitations and see whatever is the highest we can see in them, and then we try to speak to them on that level, addressing that highest potential, obviously keeping in mind where they are right now, right? We have to speak to them in a way that they can relate to us, but trying to bring out that potential. And I feel if we do that, it's really transforming in so many ways. Not that we only bring out, especially to children, this is obviously even more true than to anybody else, because they're still, not yet fixed so much like other people. That's why when I was working at the homeschool in India and in the ashram, they always made it a point that we speak to them like on that level. We don't speak to them like little children and try to put them down or anything, because they're so much influenceable. So when we do that, when we speak to people like that, I feel that we can always find ways where we can help that person move along. Not that we would always give advice or like tell them what to do, but instead just whatever is suitable, whatever is suitable in that situation, we speak to them like that, trying to help them to get there. So I feel it's always good to have an intention in mind when we speak to somebody and ask ourselves, okay, what is my intention here, or what do I see, like what's the potential I see in here, like what's the direction this can go, instead of just debating about nonsense for the sake of it, or because we're trying to defend a position, which I feel oftentimes is going on when people talk. They end up just exchanging opinions, how they see the world. And then when we exchange opinions, oftentimes, what happens is, you need to start observing that. What happens is we're suddenly just defending those opinions. And oftentimes I feel that opinions, they can be very strong. And to some extent, people have their whole, their whole ego and their whole worldview is kind of attached to those opinions. So when they start debating them, it's like they're not defending only that particular issue. It's not about that issue at all, actually. You can see that oftentimes when you talk about politics, when you talk about food or anything like that. It's not about the issue at all, but people become super emotional when they talk about it. Why is that? It's not because they're emotional about food. It's not because they're emotional about a particular politician or a particular, form of like whatever, democracy versus socialism and capitalism, whatever. It's because their whole worldview, their whole, sense of existence, their whole sense of self is attached to that. And then I think when you shake it, they feel like threatened in their very core. And so oftentimes when we talk, or people talk, we end up just exchanging opinions, trying to defend our own opinions, instead of really trying to build something, or to explore something, to explore truth. I feel these are two fundamental ways that a lot of conversations and communications can be approached with. It's either about just defending opinions, exchanging opinions, or it could be like in the pursuit of seeking truth on whichever level, whether it's you want to find a particular solution for a particular problem, or you want to learn about something. Whichever way, you can talk to somebody trying to really leave behind your garbage, your opinions, and try to learn from that person, or maybe get into a dialogue. So the point of this is, anyway, I feel that when we speak to somebody, when we address that highest potential we can see in them, then we nurture that, we kindle that, and we help to bring that out. And in a weird, strange way, which I don't completely understand, I feel that we're in the same process, we're actually even nurturing that in ourselves. So the way we speak to them has an impact not only on them, but on ourselves. And to become aware of that, I feel, is such an important step in our growth. Alright guys, I try to keep this below 10 minutes. If you like the video, please give me a thumbs up. Make sure you subscribe to this channel. I bring up new videos about this kind of, growth, yoga, whatever. all related topics. I try to bring a new video every single week. And if you have ideas, if you have questions, you can leave a comment below and I will make a video about it. Alright guys, see you soon. Bye.